When we go through good times in life, it's so easy to find the praiseworthy things to God. Well, what about when you go through the challenges in life or when things don't go the way you want or the way you planned?
Welcome to Collective Gifts. I'm Noella and this is Rachel.
Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Give Thanks series. Today, we're going to be talking about the blessings in disguise. Whenever you go forth through those challenges or when things don't go your way, be encouraged because there's always blessings in disguise. We want to share an example today so that it'll be a life application of being able to find that blessing in disguise. We had a relative who was scheduled to have surgery, and I was asked to be a caregiver for the recovery, but when I prayed about it, God told me no, and he spoke to me on who should do it. Well, when I shared that with that person, they brushed that person off thinking, no, they'll figure something out. Well, they ended up deciding on having a friend be the caregiver, but during the week of the surgery, that friend got COVID. And so God always has his way, because at the end of the day, what ended up happening? That person ended up stepping up, who God told me the name of, to be the caregiver. And so that person, was ordained to be there at that time. Well, during that recovery process, during that first week, neither of them saw it as being a good thing. They both were miserable because they're sisters and they're, personalities and having to, reacquaint themselves with each other and, just being together 24/7. Well, we got daily phone calls, and so we were able to see the blessings in disguise. And so we want to share with you 3 different ways on how to be able to find those blessings in disguise.
The first way is to look for the positive in the situation. And so look for the good things, the things that are praiseworthy, the things that you can praise God, even though the situation may not be something that you want to be going through. Whatever it is, you just find the positives. And so with that situation with the 2 sisters, it was an opportunity for both of them to just get reacquainted and to just strengthen their bond, their relationship with their sisterhood. And, it was that perfect opportunity because, they both were there. They couldn't run away.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is to see, look how God worked out this unique opportunity, because the person that had the surgery has such a busy schedule that they had a big chunk of time blocked out for recovery. And the other person just so happened to have the free time to be able to do it. So they were both available. And that was God's handiwork of orchestrating that. And so we can look that as a positive. Well, if God ordained it, then something good's going to come from it if you continue to commit to it. And so we were able to be there to give them encouragement and help them to see the positives, so that by the end of it, that they were grateful for that opportunity. And they saw that it wasn't all bad. There were good things that came out from it.
And so the second point is to remember the past. So sometimes, when you're going through stuff and you just feel like, discouraged, the best thing to do is to look at the past, to see what God has done for you, and to just encourage yourself in seeing how God has provided in the past or the good things that he has done for you. And so with that, that encourages you and lets you focus on the good, as, in the first point, as opposed to just looking at your situation and feeling hopeless or helpless or just depressed.
Mm-hmm. And going back to those sisters, well, with that one that had the surgery, there was a time where I spent part of the quarantining of, the pandemic with her. And it was an opportunity, another creative opportunity, where we had to be able to learn to live with each other. We got reacquainted, reconnected, and God used that to forge our bond. And so I had shared how this was a similar situation, and to be able to allow her to see the blessings in disguise.
And so we want to go forward and to be thankful, for whatever it is that you're going through, even though it may seem like it's hard, even though it may seem like it's difficult, knowing that God has worked everything out for your good.
Mm-hmm. And then the third way to find that blessing in disguise, which is, I think, a key thing, is you want to be humble and you want to be able to receive encouragement from others that can see the big picture, that, those that can see the blessings in disguise. And so we get phone calls, and so we were able to encourage. And if that relative wasn't open to receive that encouragement, then maybe the one sister would have just flew home, and their relationship would have been just a mess, from that, and they would have to rebuild from that aftermath, instead of being able to hear how, even with our relationship, how God had forged our relationship and help us grow. And this was their opportunity to step up, because we've been through that in the past, where we've helped out other family members recover from things, or just help them out. And so there's their opportunity to step up as adults, to be able to go forth and transition doing that themselves, and just see God work in their lives. And as they received that encouragement, they were able to stick it out and see it through, and be able to enjoy the time that they did have together. And so we hope that this video encouraged you. We thank you that, you'll be able to see the blessings in disguise in any situation or circumstance that's going on in your life, because our God is a good God, and he's worthy of our praise. He's worthy for our heart of thanksgiving. And that's what we want to do, is have that thankful heart, so that we can be able to show others that when we have that thankful heart attitude, that we won't get knocked down. This is what helps us, bring us through those different challenges in life, and that we'll be able to, find that joy in the journey. So we thank you for joining us today, and until next time, God bless you all, and Shalom.